Welcome to your 2022 Phaeton by Tiffin Motorhomes. Phaeton has been a customer favorite for over a decade because of its abundance of upscale amenities as standard features. You'll discover smart engineered touches that make every trip taken an adventure in style. We're going to explain features and options to help you enjoy your coach even more, but this video is not meant to replace a complete reading and understanding of the manuals for your coach. The Phaeton has several floor plans in various lengths, multiple paint schemes, and various options available on each model. We're attempting to show most available options, but you may see options that are not included on your coach. Items may appear different than the ones on your coach, and locations may vary. These differences could be due to design changes or equipment changes during the model year. Well, let's start with a brief overview of some of the most commonly used features on your coach. We'll circle back with more specific details on these features, but this will help you begin your adventure. Well, let's begin at the front door. Now, this is opened by two keys, one for the regular lock and one for the deadbolt. The Phaeton also has remote entry, which can be also used to lock and unlock the cargo doors. This keyless entry pad will give you access to your coach and can be used to turn on your coach lights. Your door access code and full directions are on a single sheet of paper in the manual pack. This sheet has directions on how to change the code if you wish. This is your main power switch for your entire coach. If you are setting out on an adventure, make sure this switch is in the on position. For your appliances to run, make sure the house battery switch is in the on position. Also, check that the inverter control is on. This is located on your spider panel. Be aware that not all appliances will work with just the inverter. You'll need to connect to shore power or use your generator to run all appliances such as the air conditioners. Here is your Cummins generator, and it runs on the same diesel fuel tank as your engine. If your tank gets below a certain point, the generator will shut off and will not restart until fuel is added. This is a safety feature to help you avoid running completely out of fuel. Your jacks will help you keep your coach level. Never attempt to drive your coach when jacks are in the down position. This red light will help remind you. Additionally, the jacks should be down before putting your slides out. Speaking of slides, you will find the controls for the front slides located on your driver and passenger seats. The rear slide controls will be found on the Spider Multiplex control system. In fact, many of your coach's features are controlled from your Spider control panel. Also near the entrance is this touchpad screen that controls many features throughout the coach. At the bottom of the touchpad are 6 folders. First is the Home button. Here you can control individual lights, entry, door, ceiling, porch, road lights, or you may want to select the Light Master button, which controls all lights on your coach. The door awning can be extended or retracted by selecting this button. You can lock and unlock entry door and cargo doors here. The panel lights can be dimmed as indicated by the triangles on the panel lights button. Next is the battery button, where you can check your house and chassis batteries, set the automatic generator start, as well as set the inverter. You can also access the energy management system here. A little more on that later. Here is the temperature screen, where you can control the temperature of the front, mid, or rear section of the coach. Select AC, heat pump, furnace, or off. You may also choose your fan speed, high, low, or auto. If you have the floor heat option, the controls are here. Adjust heat preference by using the arrows. Below that is the optional Aqua Hot water heater with choice of either diesel, electric, or preheat. Next is the tank fan control button. When tank is selected, you'll find the water pump switch. Other water pump switches are located near the bathroom sink. The bathroom itself and outside in the utilities. The water pump must be used when not hooked to city water or when traveling down the road. The tank levels of your fresh, gray, and black tanks, as well as your LPG gas levels, can also be viewed here. By selecting the Fans button, you can control your galley, mid-bath, and rear bath roof vent fans. These fans are very powerful and can quickly change the air in your entire motorhome. You should have a window or door open for airflow. They also can be controlled by a thermostat located here. The fan panel also includes a control for your bedroom ceiling fan. The last button is for settings. You can adjust screen brightness and screen settings. For added convenience, there's also a touchpad by the passenger seat with similar controls to the touchpad at the entry steps, along with a wireless charging station. We encourage you to spend time to learn these controls. Below is the touchpad and your 12-volt system switch. If you are not able to get 12-volt power, push this rocker switch toward the on position. Next to the 12-volt power switch is the step on and off. Always make sure the steps are out when exiting the coach. In the hallway is the master control screen that houses the Spider Controls multiplex system. This electronic command center has an easy-to-read touchpad screen. You can control almost every electronic feature on your coach from here. It might seem complicated, but don't worry, it's actually quite simple to use. Across the bottom of the pad, you'll notice 7 folders: Home, Lights, Power, Climate, Slides, Mechanical, and Settings. Now for some basic directions. Push the first button, the Home button, to view your tank levels, the temperatures of all 3 zones of your coach, as well as the outside temperature and your battery voltage. You can also control the on-off switches for a few different lights: the heated floors, gas and electric water heaters powered by your optional AquaHot system, your generator, and your inverter. Let's talk about what the AquaHot heating system is. The 450D AquaHot is an option, and you will love the nearly instant and endless hot water that this system provides. To heat water, simply push the lightning bolt symbol at the bottom of the home screen. If there is only one person going to shower, this will supply plenty of hot water, and I do mean hot, so please be careful. If more than one of you plans to shower in a short period of time, push the gas symbol next to the lightning bolt symbol. Wait no more than 5 minutes and you'll have more hot water than you can use. When the demand for a large supply of hot water is over, go back to the electric setting. When parked, always have either the electric or gas button on for instant hot water. Here is the door that houses the AquaHot system. Always make sure the coolant level is between the indicator lines. Be sure to check with your dealer on the correct coolant to use in the system. Automotive antifreeze cannot be used. Please read the manual to have a full understanding. To heat with AquaHot when parked, have the burner button pushed and the thermostat on furnace and programmed to the desired temperature. Have a cozy evening. If your coach is not equipped with AquaHot, Truma AquaGo will be equipped. Locate the Truma AquaGo control panel inside your coach to set the hot water control that works best for you. Remember, the unit must be turned on outside before operating the inside switch. There is another switch on the water heater itself that must be turned on to heat with electricity. You will find your generator and automatic generator start symbols. We'll refer to this as AGS. To start the generator, simply press the symbol below the letters GEN. Now, let's review the AGS. Make sure this is set to off when storing the coach for extended periods of time. To begin setup, first hit the third button that resembles a battery on the bottom of the screen. Next, Hit the settings wheel next to the AGS letters on the bottom right of the screen. Select Easy Setup. From this screen, select when you would like the generator to start by checking the boxes to the right of the options given. When you have decided, hit Next. If the box for starting the generator for low battery was checked, then the screen for low battery will appear. They should already be set to the recommended settings. If this is the case, select Next. The next screen is for stopping conditions once the batteries are charged. These should already be set to the recommended settings, and if this is the case, select Next again. This final screen is for generator run limits. These should be set to the recommended settings, and if so, hit Next. You will then be directed to the quiet time setting, which allow you to set a quiet time during the day or night that you do not want the generator running. If you do want to set a quiet time, simply click the box and then select from the menu when you would like to set the quiet time to begin and when you would like it to stop. When you have decided on this, select Finish. Then push the AGS button. It's the lightning bolt symbol with the circle around it. Then you must cycle the ignition key by turning the key on and off. After you do this, your AGS will be engaged. The AGS button will light up and you'll be good to go. To disable the AGS, simply push the AGS button, then follow the instructions on the screen to complete the disabling process. The final symbols on the bottom of the home screen are for controlling the Magnum 2000 inverter. The two things controlled are inverting and charging. 1. Your inverter takes power from your batteries and turns them into AC power when there is no other source of power coming into the coach. 2. Charge batteries when on shore power or when the generator is running. The inverter will operate most of your appliances. It's especially good to keep your refrigerator running while traveling. You should turn off the inverter and the battery disconnect switch when putting the coach into storage. Light Master Screen. You can also get to this screen by pressing the button at the top left corner of the home screen. From this screen, you can control all lights in your coach with the touch of your finger. When you turn the Light Master off, it will remember all the lights you had on when you touched the master. When you touch it again, the same set of lights will come back on. Power Screen. Here you will find monitors for several items. The first box shows how much power is being pulled from your batteries. This coach is pre-wired with the optional solar panels that allow RVers to enjoy solar energy or balanced generator and shore power. The second is the Energy Management System, or EMS, which shows what is currently operating and what is off. This area also shows power from the transfer switch through the breaker box to the inverter charger. The third shows power from your generator. You can also control the on-off switches for the inverter, charger, EMS, AGS, and generator from the bottom of this screen. Climate Screen. Here you will find controls for all thermostats on each zone on your coach, as well as control for your heated floors and the optional AquaHot system. When the outside temperature is above 38 degrees, you can warm your coach with the heat pump. If it's really cold, touch Furn for furnace on the front and rear sections. This activates two furnaces powered by either propane, which is standard, or by AquaHot if equipped. These will keep you warm and toasty to your desired temperature. Slides. This folder addresses only the rear slide-outs in the bedroom and front slides as a backup. Notice the box in the top right corner. The green LEDs will note that the slide-outs have the mechanical safety features of park brake and ignition engaged. If either of these safety signals are not engaged, there will be a red LED by the appropriate signal. Make sure all items are clear on the inside and outside of your motorhome before attempting to move any slide out, in or out. Do not stop in the middle of extending or retracting the rear slide outs, as that can cause misalignment. Mechanical screen. Here you will find 4 different screens: your galley fan, mid-bath fan, ceiling fan, and rear bath fan. You can switch between them by selecting which one you would like to view. You can control each individual fan, including the bedroom fan in the coach, as well as raise and lower each individual lid from this screen. A subfolder for locks remotely releases the locks in the entry and bay doors. Finally, the TV lift screen. You can raise and lower your TV if your coach is equipped with this option. Simply press the up arrow to raise your TV and the down arrow to lower it. Settings screen. On this last folder, you will find the settings for your spider panel. You can personalize the control center here. These settings include temperature units, screen brightness, time setting, screen settings, switch settings, coach diagnostics, and new this year is the Myra app, which connects to the Spider system. Download this app to your preferred mobile device, and you can control and monitor the Spider system while in local proximity of your coach. Here's a helpful hint. If you're having trouble with your Spider control system, make sure you have plenty of battery power. You may also want to reboot by turning off your 12-volt battery and your main house battery and inverter master switch. Wait 60 seconds, then turn the batteries back on. If you're still having problems, please call the Tiffin Motorhome Service Department at 256-356-0261. Once inside, take a seat in the driver's chair and get comfortable using these buttons. Make sure to have a clear view of both side mirrors. The top portion of the mirrors can be adjusted with this control, found left of the driver's seat. The bottom portion will require someone outside to manually set them as you direct them to get the best view. Now, let's get familiar with the buttons and switches around us. On the large panel to the left of the driver's seat are the HWH levelers. Make sure your ignition key is in the on position and the parking brake is set before attempting to level your coach. To level, push auto level once and you're done. Your coach will level itself and the unit will automatically turn off. While the jacks are in the down position, the jacks down warning light will come on. To store the jacks, push auto store once and the jacks will retract. The travel mode light will come on to indicate when the coach is ready to put into gear. Never attempt to move your coach while the jacks are down. You can also manually adjust the level of your coach with the HWH system, but please consult your manual before attempting. Next are the controls for the air horn. Leave in this position for city driving and push up to use the air horn in rural areas. The engine brake aids in slowing the coach after removing your foot from the accelerator. On Phaetons with Power Glide chassis, this will be a 2-position compression brake switch with a high and low setting. Both will help aid in slowing the coach. Phaetons with a Freightliner chassis will have 3-stage compression brake. In a Phaeton with a tag axle, when the transmission is shifted into reverse, the tag axle automatically dumps air pressure. The ATC, or automatic traction control, offers improved stability when driving on low-friction surfaces, as well as improved traction under difficult conditions. It's also equipped with electronic stability control. This is the gear selector for the Allison transmission on the Power Glide chassis. Remember to always have your foot on the brake pedal when putting into gear. If you have a Freightliner chassis, your gear selector is located on the lever on the steering wheel. There's also an economy mode setting, but read your Allison manual carefully before attempting any optional features. Next is the mirror control and the mirror heat switch, which is great for removing ice and snow, and nearby is another conveniently located USB port. Continuing across the dash from left to right, here is your parking brake. pull out to set, and push in to release. Once again, always have your foot on the brake pedal when putting in gear. Here are your controls for the headlight, parking lights, fog lights, and the control to dim and brighten the dash lights. If you have a Power Glide chassis, your automatic light control is located here. Below the headlight control knob are 3 controls. Engine preheat is used when the outside temperature is below freezing. This will help the engine start, plus it can minimize wear and tear on the engine. Auxiliary start ties all your batteries together to start the engine if your engine batteries get low. The pedals out, pedals in control raises and lowers the fuel and brake pedals for your comfort. If you have a Freightliner chassis, the adjustment knob is located on the left side of the steering wheel. Your steering wheel, known as the Smart Wheel, houses several controls. The right-hand side of the steering wheel has the ICC flashers and windshield wiper controls. To activate the windshield wipers, press the variable switch for 1 low-speed wipe. Press the switch again within approximately 30 seconds and a second low-speed wipe will occur. The variable wiper speed is determined by the time between the 2 last presses of the switch. Additional presses of the switch will shorten the interval. The variable mode will cancel if you select any other wiper mode. On the Freightliner chassis, the right-hand side of the steering wheel control feature cruise control buttons. On the other side of the Power Glide Smart Wheel are the controls for the cruise control and high beam bypass. For Freightliner, this side of your steering wheel has your dash controls. The steering wheel can be adjusted for comfort with this lever located on the steering column. Pull to tilt and push to raise or lower the steering wheel. If you have a Freightliner chassis, use this pedal below the wheel. Simply push and hold the pedal to tilt and telescope the wheel. Located on the steering column are your hazard warning light controls. Push to activate and pull to turn off. The Freightliner chassis has the push button control located here. You should be off the road and completely stopped before activating the hazard warning light. On the left-hand side of the steering column is your blinker control and high-low beam control. On the Freightliner chassis, the windshield wiper controls are also located on this knob to the left of the steering column. A standard feature is the digital dashboard. If equipped with a Power Glide chassis, the dashboard is controlled using this knob located on the panel left of the driver's seat. Use the lower chrome part of the knob to scroll through the different options. Push the top black portion of the knob to select your choice. As mentioned earlier, if you have a Freightliner chassis, the buttons on the left side of the steering wheel control the dashboard. The dashboard is capable of many things, but for now, we'll cover the basics. This display contains 2 new features: your adaptive cruise control and collision mitigation with forward warning and active braking. Let's talk about adaptive cruise control. When enabled, your coach will maintain your set speed as long as your lane is clear of other traffic. When you approach another vehicle from behind, the cruise control will adjust your speed to match the speed of the vehicle in front of you. Collision mitigation is a radar-based safety system that detects objects ahead and measures your vehicle's position and speed in relation to others on the road. If your coach gets too close to the vehicle in front of you, brakes are automatically applied to mitigate the collision. It also warns of possible rear-end collisions by providing alerts. This safety feature is active even when cruise control is not. The tire pressure monitoring system helps maintain proper tire pressure. Drivers receive real-time readings and alerts while driving, which adds safety and savings to every road traveled. We encourage you to spend time customizing the digital dashboard before your first adventure. Scroll through options like Settings, Trip 1 and Trip 2, DEF Temp, Pre-Drive, and Brightness to adjust the dash the way you like it. Also integrated into the digital dash of the Powerglide models 40IH and 44OH is the optional Mobile Eye. This intuitive digital dash is easy to customize, and we encourage you to read your manual if you need more assistance. Here is your AM/FM CD radio with the optional GPS navigation system. This radio has the angle adjust feature to help avoid glare. This system is equipped with satellite radio, but you are responsible for subscribing to the service. Be sure to study the Kenwood manual to understand and enjoy this system's features. To the right of your radio is a monitor that works with both the rear and side cameras. This is very handy for backing and also for passing and changing lanes. When you use your directional lever, this monitor will show everything down that side of the coach. This is a wonderful safety feature. Let's look at the large row of controls below the radio. This first is for the step cover, which does just that. Next is the driver's side fan. This pair of controls are for the front solar shade and nighttime privacy shade. Here is the generator on-off switch. During cold weather, you'll need to hold this button down for several seconds. The generator must preheat before it will start. Actual time will vary, so hold down until it starts. Your generator will power all the appliances on your coach when not connected to shore power. During warm weather, the generator must be turned on for the air conditioners to work while traveling. The next control is a map light. Then docking lights for nighttime parking and the radio master control, which must be on for the radio to operate. To the right is another USB port, along with a handy place to put your cell phone. Below your rear monitor are the controls for the dash heat and air, and in the center is a console with a wooden drawer that offers even more storage. In front of the passenger seat, on the far right side of the windshield, is a tall, narrow window. You'll find a pillow inside one of your cabinets that will fit perfectly inside this window to help provide privacy. The last option we'll point out in this area is the all-new drop-down front bunk, a handy feature if you need an additional sleeping area. As you enter the coach, you'll find a pull-out drawer built into the steps. Now, this is a handy location for storing several small items. Above the driver's seat are more controls. Here are the automatic awning controls for the Girard patio awning. Make sure you have the control switch in the on position, then press out to release the awning or in to bring the awning back in. Next is the cable antenna switch. Push antenna to watch antenna TV, or when hooked up to cable, press cable. The light will be on, indicating your choice. And this is the Winegard satellite. Simply turn on for satellite reception and you're done. Here is the Wi-Fi antenna selector. In the cabinet above the windshield on the passenger side are electrical plug-ins, as well as the optional Wi-Fi Ranger, which allows you to access either a secure Wi-Fi or 4G LTE signal. The antenna for the Wi-Fi is located on the front of the coach, and the router is inside. For help setting up your Wi-Fi Ranger, visit WiFiRanger.com. On the side of both the driver and passenger seats, you will notice switches for your front slide controls. Always make sure that the jacks are down, the coach is level, and there is enough room outside for the slides to fully extend. Likewise, make certain the floor is clear of obstructions before bringing in the slides. Remember, the ignition key must be on for the slides to work. The slide control contains a battery. To change a battery, simply remove the control by pulling it off, replace the battery, then put it back in place. There is another great use for both the driver and passenger seats. Pull this lever and turn them around to make two more comfortable seats in your living area. Before we leave this area, the shades of the entire coach are the blackout Easy Up style. Both the solar shade and the nighttime privacy shades pull down easily. Then a small tug and release, and they go up smoothly. Now, let's move on to the living area. Some furniture options come with a lift TV. On this coach, it is located behind the couch on the passenger side. Simply use the control on the panel on the wall near the couch. Notice the controls for lighting throughout the coach are on this panel for your convenience. Here is your kitchen table, which will pull out to make room for 2 folding chairs that you'll find in the cargo area. If you have this optional dinette computer workstation, you'll see to the side of the table there are 2 sliding drawers. The top is for your computer and the bottom for a printer. On top of the counter is a pop-up electrical plug. A nice place to put that lamp. There is also a U-shaped dinette or the booth dinette that converts into a bed. The residential refrigerator is standard on this model, and below is your freezer. If your ice maker is equipped with an arm, make sure it is pushed down. You should also check to make certain the water valve is open. This can be accessed through the panel behind the refrigerator on the outside of the coach. Behind the driver's seat in this coach is the optional movie theater style seats, complete with multiple cup holders to go along with that great retracting TV. These seats recline, and it's the perfect combination for watching the big game or a movie with the family. Another option in this area on some models is an air coil sofa bed. When nighttime arrives, remove all seating cushions and fold out to find an air mattress. Some mattresses have a built-in compressor, which when plugged in will fill the mattress to your desired comfort. If there's no built-in compressor, then you will find one in a living area cabinet that you can hook to the mattress. In the morning, simply remove the cap, push out the air, and fold back into the comfortable couch. Let's move to the kitchen area with a large panoramic kitchen window. This window has a pull-down shade for privacy. Located beneath the cabinets are GFI plugins. These GFI plugins are used where water is present, so they will also be found in the bathroom area. If you are unable to get electrical power from these, look for one like this. Push the reset button back in, and that should take care of the problem. One of Tiffin's long enjoyed features is a pull-out called an extended aisle. This gives you more room to set up a buffet line for entertaining. It has a pull-type release for opening and pull again to unlock and close. In the rest of the kitchen, there are lift-out covers over the sink and cooktop. The sink covers are easy to remove and store. Notice the extra wide storage area here, as well as all the roomy drawers throughout the kitchen. Above the countertops are very spacious cabinets, which include a nice space-saving feature. Slide-out shelves on both sides of the microwave oven. These are great to store items for quick location. Now, the previously mentioned convection microwave oven. You can cook everything in a convection oven that you can cook in a conventional oven. Plus, you have the quick heat-up feature. This oven is vented outside. An instruction booklet for the oven is located with your manuals and contains some very tasty recipes. The model we are showing is an all-electric model and has an induction cooktop that requires special cookware. According to True Induction, to tell if your current cookware is compatible with the induction technology, grab a magnet and see if it holds to the bottom of the cookware. If your magnet stays, then your cookware is ready to be used on True Induction cooktops. Cookware is also provided and can be found in one of the cabinets. This dishwasher is also an option. The controls will be located on the inside. Please refer to your manual for complete instruction on how to operate the dishwasher. Above the counter, to the left, are more light switches and one of the water pump switches. Remember, the water pump must be on to have running water when you're not hooked to city water. In this hallway is the door that leads to the front bath. The toilet has a foot flush and sprayer. Be sure to know what chemicals are approved for the commode. Directly in front of the commode, you'll find another control panel for bathroom lights, water pump, and fantastic fan controls. There is also a wonderful amount of storage in this bath. Across from the hall from this bath are bunk beds for your special cargo. Bunk beds are standard on Phaeton Model 40 QKH. Near the floor outside of the bathroom is a plug-in for your internal air vac system. The hose and attachments will be found in a basement compartment. Now to the beautifully appointed bedroom. Above the standard queen-size bed with memory foam mattress is an attractive upholstered headboard. The compartments above have lots of storage space and even an additional 110-volt outlet inside a cabinet. A spider control panel is located on both sides of the bed. These are intuitive and similar to the entry door controls that we reviewed earlier. Notice the storage under the bed. Behind these vented doors is your entertainment center. On some models, you'll need to lift the TV to locate the entertainment center. There is a Blu-ray player as well as a Wally receiver for Dish TV. You are responsible for subscribing to the service. If you prefer to have direct satellite service, you will be responsible for a direct receiver and ordering their service. As we step through these beautiful pocket doors, notice the simple locks. Just push down the inside part of the handle, and that's it. Step through these doors to the rear bath with a stylish shower. Ooh, how nice. Look up in the shower to find the skylight with an LED embedded in its sliding cover. Your Phaeton is equipped with the AquaView Shower Miser. With the flip of a switch, you can conserve water while waiting for hot water to arrive at your shower head. Once the Shower Miser changes color, flip the switch back and you'll have warm water without wasting a drop. Refer to your manual for easy-to-use instructions. Spectacular countertops and sinks round out this bath. Next to the sink is a panel that houses the light control, water pump switch, and fan controls. Behind this sliding door is the optional stack washer and dryer to save you from going home with a bag full of dirty clothes. The commode in this bath has an electric flush control and above it, a cabinet for storage. Behind these sliding doors is the full-length closet with hanging clothes bar and an automatic light. In this model, you'll also find a safe located inside the closet. If your coach has the optional heated floors, the GFCI reset is located in the closet. In the master closet are breakers for your coach. Locations may vary from coach to coach. These are plainly labeled, and you should become familiar with them in case you need to correct a thrown breaker. Notice the emergency exit window at the foot of the bed. There is a similar window in the front living area. To exit in an emergency, open the two handles by pulling upward. Push the window open and exit. Make sure that each person on board knows the locations of these and how to operate. The Phaeton offers the optional egress exit door behind the headboard. Remove these panels from the headboard. Locate the release handle, pull toward you, and open the hatch. The door will extend outside the coach along with a built-in stepladder. Exit the coach fast and safe. There is a fire extinguisher on board as well as smoke alarm and LP detector. These items vary in location for different models. Make sure the batteries are changed every 6 months and be sure that your family and guests know where these safety features are located and have been trained to use them correctly. There is LED lighting throughout the coach. That means more light, less heat, and less energy. Also notice the finish on all cabinets. They are covered with a glaze finish that makes them as easy to clean as they are beautiful to look at. Simply wipe off with warm soapy water, rinse with a damp cloth, and then dry with a soft cloth. It's time to step outside and learn all about the Phaeton. Let's start at the passenger side and work our way around. The first small door is a fuel fill. There is one on each side to make it easier finding a place to fuel up in a busy station. The next compartment holds two important components as it holds the hydraulic control for some of the slides and the leveling jacks. Don't make adjustments without trained help. Up above is an electrical plug-in and a cable hookup. Some units will have optional propane equipped here. Here is an optional sliding tray. It's a nice addition for storage. Up above is a door that houses a flat panel TV, which is great for tailgating. Next is even more storage. The central vac is mounted on the side wall, and you will need to change the vacuum bag from time to time. This is the Truma AquaGo. You can set the hot water on the control panel inside your coach. This unit must be turned on here before operating. Behind this door is where you can fill or add to your fresh water tank. There is another fill in the sanitation compartment on the driver's side. And above is the access panel to the rear of the refrigerator that we mentioned earlier. This is your SurgeGuard RV Power Protection Transfer Switch, which protects your RV and gives added protection from low and high voltage, open grounds, fault logging, and greater surge suppression to ensure your RV is protected. Only trained technicians should service this device. The next cargo bay offers more storage space. The last two compartments house several electrical items, including a chassis disconnect, charging solenoid that keeps a small charge in the batteries at all times, as well as other solenoids that work the slides. These are the dual motor synchronous velocity slide controllers to aid in the control of your slides. Seek the help of a trained technician before making adjustments. Open these locks to reveal the engine compartment, where you will find the oil check and transmission fluid levels. Be sure to read your engine manual carefully to learn how frequently to change the oil and various filters. Locate your Allison transmission manual and study it also. These are extremely important in the operation and the life of your engine and transmission. This air filter service instruction device will show you when to change the engine's largest filter. Next to this are instructions for the antifreeze in the coach. Once again, study the manuals. Before leaving the rear of the coach, note the ladder on the back of the Phaeton. Perfect for when you need to get to the top of your coach. This cargo compartment has a takeout panel that gives the technicians access to the side of the engine and other items in this area. In this compartment houses the DEF tank, and locations vary depending on the chassis builder. DEF stands for Diesel Emissions Fluid and is an additive that works with special exhaust tanks to make the exhaust cleaner than the air going into the engine. There is a gauge near the top of the tank that will show the level of DEF in the tank for filling purposes. The main gauge for the DEF tank is with the cluster of dash gauges. If this tank gets too low, the engine will shut down, but allow you enough time to get safely off the road. Also located here is the air supply valve and tank drains. Let's continue with the next compartment, where you'll find the 50 amp power cord on a power reel. Be certain the power is turned off in the main power box before plugging in. Insert the plug, turn power on, and you should have 50 amp power in your coach to run all appliances. If you ever find yourself in a situation with 30 amp power only, there is a 30 amp adapter on board. Plug the 50 amp into the 30 amp and the 30 amp into the power supply, and this will supply 30 amp power for your coach. Now, you will not be able to run all appliances on 30 amp power. Once again, please read your manual. If your coach is equipped with the optional AquaHot, you will find the control board here. This board is useful in the rare case of problems with your system. Next is the sanitation compartment. This would be a good time to go over how to use these things when you arrive at an RV park. Let's start with the water. Simply pull out the white water hose on the power reel and attach to the park faucet. Make sure to turn on the faucet, and you should have running water in your coach. To make certain you have plenty of water while on the road, turn this lever to water tank fill position to fill your freshwater tank. Be sure to turn the lever back to this position to have water running in the coach. When you desire to have running water while traveling, make sure to turn on the water pump inside the coach. There are switches in the kitchen, bath, and outside in this area.
To empty sewage from your holding tanks, remove this portion of the bottom of this area and insert the sewer hose up through and attach to the discharge end. Be sure to remove this safety cap before attempting to attach. You have two separate tanks, one for sewage from the toilet called the black tank, and one for water from the kitchen, bath, and shower called the gray tank. Now, it is recommended to empty the sewage first and use the water from the gray tank to clean out the sewer hose. Be sure to firmly insert this end of the sewer hose into the park's sewer inlet. Your coach also comes with a Tiffin sewer saddlebag. Simply add sand or gravel and place over your sewer connection, and this will keep waste in its place.
It is suggested to let the sewage accumulate some before you empty. To start the discharge, pull the black lever up. When this tank is empty, flush your black tank with fresh water to clean it out as much as possible. This inlet in this compartment is your tank flush valve. By attaching a hose different from your regular water hose to this valve and turning on the water, you can flush out your sewage tank. It is suggested that you run the water at full force for 10 minutes or more to be certain your tank is clean. When drained, leave the black lever up to allow the water to spray inside the black water tank. This will clean the inside of the tank of any debris. After this process, disconnect the fresh water hose and close the black lever by pushing it down. Next, discharge the gray tank by pulling the gray lever up. When the gray tank is empty, push the gray lever down. When finished, be sure to replace the chemicals in your black tank. Here's a helpful hint. Occasionally, pour Pine Sol down each sink and the shower. Then run water in each to ensure that it reaches the gray tank. This will help keep your gray tank smelling fresh. This is your water filter, which should be changed every 6 months depending on usage. To store your utilities when ready to move, simply reverse all these procedures. At the top of the utilities compartment, there is a cable tripod hookup, 2 GFI electric outlets, water pump switch, and an all-new standard feature, a solar input for portable solar panels. Portable solar panels are not provided with the coach, but can be purchased if desired. A tank monitor panel is conveniently located in this area to check your tank levels. There's more storage here, and the inverter is mounted above. Find this reset button in case you should need it in the future. The optional Giboni solar controls are located on the side, as well as the breaker legend. The house battery master switch and the inverter master switch are located on the side. Both have an off switch that should be used when the coach is in storage or is having something electrical installed or replaced. Next are the house batteries on a handy sliding tray. There is an option for AGM extended cycle batteries, but both should be kept clean for longer service. The last compartment has fuses for various components which are plainly printed on the attached sheet. Your generator release is located in the top right corner. Just pull the T-handle and the generator will unlatch. Well, let's check the generator. This is the Cummins Onan RV 10,000. This removable door is where you will find the oil check, and near the front is where you check the water. Here is the reset switch. If your generator is running but not putting power into the coach, reset this and that will most likely solve the problem. Push the front cap back in securely when finished with the generator. The last thing we recommend is a walk around before departing to your next adventure. Be sure to check the tire pressure on all tires. The correct tire pressure is shown in the tire manual. On motorhomes, this is highly important to guard against blowouts. Make sure that all the slides are fully in, everything is unplugged and put away, all the cargo doors are firmly closed, and there are no obstructions in the front, on either side, or overhead. If it's all clear, it's time to take off. No matter which way you're going, fun is sure to follow. We hope you found this video helpful. If you need service that your dealer cannot provide, call the Tiffin Motorhome Service Department at 256-356-0261. We are available from 7 a.m. until 4 p.m. Monday through Friday to help you in any way we can. At Tiffin Motorhomes, service after the sale is a fact. We hope you enjoy your 2022 Phaeton and sincerely thank you for your confidence in Tiffin Motorhomes.